load. All right. So we're going to start in 1 minute.
Okay.
Just give people some time.
Right. We did say 4 o'clock, so we should do that.
Yeah, it's live on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. It did not let me put it live on our accounts because we're not premium,
Okay.
but it's live on every other account. Just give a little bit of more time. All right. You ready to start?
I am ready.
All right. What's up, Hoya Nation? Welcome to something that has never been done before, the All-Time Georgetown Hoya Fantasy Draft. I'm Owen Rosen here with
Rasheen Carbon.
And today we're pitting Team Ed Cooley versus Team Thompson in a live pick-by-pick draft of the greatest Hoyas to ever play in Georgetown history. We've got legends, stars, and fan favorites all on the board. From Patrick Ewing and Allen Iverson to Alonzo Mourning and Dikembe Mutombo. Who builds the ultimate Hoya squad? Who gets snubbed? Who surprises us? This is live, this is interactive, and this is Hoya history in the making. So grab your popcorn, get ready to debate in the chat, and let's kick off the all-time Hoya Fantasy Draft.
Oh, what's up?
I'm doing well. What about you?
I've been taking Labor Day pretty seriously. I've just been sitting on my butt and watching college football all weekend. I noticed your Tulane Green Wave beat the hell out of Northwestern. Did you watch?
Yeah, I was watching. It was an amazing game for Tulane and an amazing game for Georgetown football this weekend versus Davidson. I mean, absolutely just destroyed them. Exactly what you want to see, the first game of the Patriot League season.
I saw a graphic about that. I didn't even know Davidson had football. So
yeah, we've beat them the last 2 years pretty badly, but see how the season goes.
A lot of people actually don't know Georgetown has football, so I shouldn't make fun of Davidson.
You just got to be a bigger fan to know, I guess.
Did you do your fantasy football draft?
I did do a fantasy football draft. I think they both went pretty well. I love fantasy, and that's why I had the idea that we should do it with a bunch of Georgetown players and see who could create the better team.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think I'm hoping I'll do better with this. My yesterday was my league's draft, and I did auto pick, and Yahoo gave me a D report card for my draft. So I have the 8th pick, so it's I ended up with Lamar Jackson at 1, and then Nico Collins for 2, but we'll see.
Yeah. All right, so do you want to go over the rules of the fantasy draft before we start drafting our players?
Yeah, we're picking 5 starters in a 6-man. We're not going to be going in order of position. For instance, the first pick isn't going to be a point guard necessarily. We decided, but who has the first pick by a fan poll on Twitter, and apparently, guys all like Owen better than me, so he got the first pick.
Yeah. So those are the only rules? I'll start off with the first pick in the draft. So with the first pick in the 2025 Georgetown Fantasy Draft, I'm selecting the ultimate Hoya defensive anchor. He's a leader. He's dominant. He's a dominant presence on the court. Is the best Georgetown player to ever live, in my opinion. Has also coached at Georgetown. I'm going to go with center Patrick Ewing to start off the draft.
I was really hoping you would do that. You totally played into my plan.
Yeah, I mean, I love Patrick. Obviously, his coaching years were not the greatest for Georgetown, but he did bring us back on the map. We were going for some big recruits when he was here, but I was never able to watch him, obviously, but the highlights I've seen, his presence on just the team and everything, I just think he is the best player to ever play for Georgetown, and that's why.
He's one of the greatest college basketball players ever, and definitely one of the most intimidating.
Exactly.
So everyone, I now get 2 picks according to the rules of my draft. So with the second pick in the All-Time Hoyas Fantasy Draft, I picked Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson.
Yeah, Iverson. So I was debating this, right? Everybody debates this. Who's better? I think Ewing. Obviously Ewing had a better college career because he played 4 years instead of 2. But Iverson, I think, was the most talented and probably the most talented player we've had at Georgetown. And I was trying to think, is there another point guard who is even close? And I couldn't think of one. Whereas with Ewing, with Mutombo and Mourning, maybe you could get 80-85% of that. So to me, it made more sense to go with Iverson.
And you also have one more pick, so.
Yeah, with the third pick. Wait, hold on. Where's that music for me? It's not just going to be for you, is it?
For some reason, it's not playing.
Right.
Oh, here we go. There we go.
With the third pick in the Georgetown All-Time Fantasy Draft, I'm picking Zoe. Why did I pick Zoe? Because I think Zoe's the second best center in Georgetown history. I guess I'm having him maybe power forward center. He was a total beast. He was part of that Twin Towers lineup with Dikembe Mutombo. I think he's better on offense than people think. And he's been, he's just a model Hoya. He was on the board of the school for a while. NBA Hall of Famer. Can't go wrong with Zoe.
Talking about Dikembe Mutombo, rest in peace. The fourth pick of this draft is going to be Dikembe Mutombo, and I know everyone's going to say you already drafted Ewing at the center, but I'm going to put Dikembe Mutombo at my power forward or Ewing. They both are interchangeable at that position. Dikembe is he's a monster. I mean, that's really all you could say. He's an energy guy, game changer, and just him and Ewing together, it's insanely hard to get anyone better than that in the center and power forward position. And I think that Georgetown is way deeper in the guards and forwards that to come off the gate with 2 centers or power forward is the best way to do this draft.
Yeah, nobody's getting to the basket or they're getting it blocked.
Exactly. All right, back to you.
With the 6th pick in the Georgetown All-Time Fantasy Draft, I pick number 22, Otto Porter Jr. Otto was probably in my top 5 favorite Georgetown players. He just did a little bit of everything. He was killer from the mid-range. He went into Syracuse and totally destroyed them. And then when they came back home, which is probably one of the biggest Georgetown games I've ever seen. It was the last game of Syracuse being part of the old Big East. He had another huge game. Otto, just like a quiet killer.
All right, back to me with the 6th pick in the draft. Is it 6 or 7?
I think it's 7. It's 7.
With the 7th pick in the draft, I'm going with small forward Reggie Williams. Reggie's a smooth scorer, and I just think right now the best pick. It was between him and one other player. I think he is the best player for my team at the small forward. So I'm gonna go with Reggie Williams.
Yeah, I like that pick. I was thinking about that too. Either him or Otto.
Yeah.
Reggie was probably like the best offensive player on the championship team in terms of like range and scoring ability. Then they had a run a couple years later when he was Reggie in the Miracles. He's a good player. Had a long NBA career. That's a really solid pick.
Another thing that I'd just like to point out for everyone who's watching, we are drafting only based off of their Georgetown careers, nothing to do with NBA. I just want to make that clear because with some of our picks, someone may say they were good in college, didn't really do well in the
That's
NBA.
a good reminder.
Yeah, I just wanted to remind everyone we are just drafting based off of the NBA, based off their college appearances and nothing to do with the NBA. All right, back to you with the 8th pick.
Okay, don't forget the music. With the 8th pick in the Georgetown All-Time Hoyas Fantasy Draft, I'm picking Sleepy Floyd from North Carolina. Sleepy is quietly one of the best players we've ever had. I don't know why people don't talk about him more. The all-time leading scorer in Georgetown history is Sleepy Floyd. He was a great shooter. He was on that 82 team, I think, that lost to Carolina. Just a great guard.
Yeah, that was my pick. So now I'm kind of in a I don't know
What kind of war room are you running? You got to have a backup ready.
Yeah, I know. I thought you were gonna. I thought someone was gonna fall, but I will now select my shooting guard. He's gonna be my shooting guard. Maybe he'll actually play 6th man. I have been able to watch this player many years in the NBA. Some refer to him as Unk. Give me Jeff Green, Big East Player of the Year. He's just led the 2007 Hoyas, I think, to the Final Four. I mean, he just had an amazing career for Georgetown, and he's been having a very long-lasting NBA career. I mean, I don't know. It was just his birthday. I don't know how many years he's been in the NBA, but it's been a lot of years. So I'm going to go either with a shooting guard or 6th man. I'm not really sure yet, but either we're going to have a very deep team or he's going to be our starting shooting guard.
I love Jeff Green. Jeff Green's my favorite Hoya, and
Yeah.
He hit that game winner against Vandy in the tournament. That was huge. Some people might say he traveled. I don't care. It's the game is decided. He did it like I always like guys who do a little bit of everything, and he's got to be 40 or pushing 40 right now, and he still has one or two incredible dunks a year in the NBA.
39 years old. It was just his birthday 3 days ago. So, yeah.
So he was
Happy
taken
birthday, Jeff Green.
Yeah, he was taken in the 2007 draft, so he's had a really long career.
Very long career, and I've been able to watch him since I first started watching basketball. I remember seeing him on the Rockets, many different teams. Definitely a 2K warrior. I've played with him in 2K many times. And when I started to watch Georgetown, realizing he played for Georgetown just made me happier about him, and I'm very happy about this pick.
We're going to pick 10 now?
Yep, pick 10.
All right, let's get that music going. With the 10th pick in the all-time Hoyas fantasy draft, I'm picking Austin Freeman. Now, some people might think this is a little too high for Austin.
Yeah.
Freeman, I think, was a great player for Georgetown in recent years. They didn't have as much success that I'd hoped they would. He was there. Me and Chris Wright were there during. We were making the tournament and we were good, but we had a lot of flameouts early. What I loved about Austin is he was super aggressive. He was a great shooter. And one thing that Chris Wright said on our spaces a little while back is that whenever they didn't know what to do, they would just try to get the ball to Austin. So that's why I picked him.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously a great pick. I think you could have gone him way later, in my opinion. You could have taken him from me with your final pick, but that's whatever. So I'm actually going to move Jeff Green to my shooting guard position for my sixth man, someone who I've seen report for a long time. Not sure if I actually saw him in an NBA jersey, but I'm going to go with Roy Hibbert at my sixth man. I don't know who is scoring on Mutombo, Ewing, and Roy Hibbert. I don't think there's a single player in Georgetown history who could ever score on that team. I just think defense wins championships, and that's the way I'm going for this draft. So I'm going to be taking Roy Hibbert with the 11th pick. I just think he's obviously an amazing player. Back-to-back All-American. He was dominant in your team. JTIII's just entire playing style. He was just one of the best Hoyas of all time. I had him as a top 6 Hoya of all time, so I'm very happy to get him this late in the draft. I was hoping that you forgot about him. So
I totally forgot, which is so stupid of me. Especially given that he's on TV now.
What's your team looking like right now? Do you know what your team's looking like right now?
Yeah, I've got Iverson, Mourning, Otto Porter Jr., Sleepy Floyd, Austin Freeman.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough match. All these players are just so great that it's gonna be hard to see who wins this. But continue with the 11th pick.
Hibbert was huge for Georgetown during that 07 run to the Final Four, and then he also had a huge 3 against UConn to beat them the next year. So it's insane that I forgot. There we are.
Yeah, just cut out for a second.
So what pick are we on? 12?
11th. This is your final pick. Your final pick, and then my final 11. Pick.
Yeah, my final. Right. So, go ahead. Tee me up. With the 11th pick in the All-Time Hoyas Fantasy Draft, I'm going to go with Devontae Smith Rivera, the kid out of Indianapolis. DSR is one of the great scorers in Georgetown history. He was a 6'3" combo guard. He was a freshman on that really good team that ended out the old Big East. He, Otto, Markel Starks were my favorite players on that team. DSR wasn't a great shooter. He was a streaky shooter. But when he got hot, he got really hot, and I just appreciate that he played 4 years. So that's why I picked DSR.
All right, so we have 13 people watching right now. I need some of your guys' help for this pick. All right, I have every position. I don't know if I'm not allowed to do this, but I want to get the crowd a little involved. You can post a comment, and I'll be able to see it. I have 4 players I'm thinking about to put at my point guard position. Michael Jackson, Chris Wright, and Mac McClung. Mac McClung I've watched the past 3 years. I mean, he's just a flashy player. Obviously, he's not the best out of them, but do I go for flashy or do I go for the best? If anyone has any opinion, please drop your comment below because I need some help right now.
Why would you go with a dunk to the test champion? He left. We should not be talking. This is one of my pet peeves. We should not be talking about Mac McClung anymore. He left. He didn't want to be part of Georgetown.
Yeah, so I'm just going to wait a couple minutes. If no one has any player or any idea, I'm going to go with my gut. I mean, I've obviously been able to see Mac McClung play for so many years. Chris Wright we had on our show. I mean,
wait, you watch G League teams like that? Is that how you see Mac McClung play?
I mean, I've seen Mac McClung play in many different ways. He's just a very flashy player, obviously. So I don't know. I was thinking about grabbing him.
What are the people saying in the comments?
I'm going to go with my gut. And I'm going to draft someone who I didn't even mention. But I'm going to draft Jonathan Wallace. I think we need some shooting from my team. He's a clutch shooter. He led the 2007 Final Four run with another one of my players. I think it was Jeff Green. They have the chemistry. Now I have the chemistry. I have the team. I have the defense. And now I'm going to have one of the best shooters in Georgetown history. I'm actually surprised I didn't go with a Langston Love there or someone like that to be the best shooter. But we haven't seen Langston yet. And if I were to have to drive a seventh man, it would probably be Mr. Thomas Sorber, who's now in the Thunder.
Yeah, that's another one of my all-time favorites that I forgot for some reason. He was like one of the best floor generals we ever had, and JTIII trusted him a lot. And I don't know, an offense is supposed to be fine even without a point guard, but it was always best when we had a good point guard. He always studied the team. He had a huge three to tie the game against Carolina in the Elite Eight that year. It was just, that's a really solid pick. And now he's an NBA executive.
So now how this is going to work is after we get off the live stream, I'm going to make a poll where people can vote which team is better, me or Rasheen's.
Wait, we got to pick our six man, don't we?
I already have my six man.
Did I get lost?
I have all my players. I have Jonathan Wallace, Jeff Green, Reggie Williams, Mutombo, Patrick Ewing, and Roy Hibbert on my team.
Yeah, I have AI, Mourning, Otto Porter Jr., Sleepy Floyd, Freeman, and DSR. So I got one more.
One more?
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
So I'm going to pick with my next pick, Othella Harrington, who played at Georgetown in the early to mid 90s. Othella was like the guy before Iverson showed up. He was a great rebounder and scorer. He's another guy who played 4 years, which I always really appreciate. He didn't really complain when Iverson came, and obviously his shots went down. He was a part of a team that went to the Elite Eight. Did he? No. See, Harrington was 96, and Iverson was 90. So, he was part of that Elite Eight team in 96, then before they lost to UMass with Marcus Camby. So, Othella, and he also coached at Georgetown later. So, just a total warrior.
All right. So that marks the end of our draft. Let's just real quickly, if you were to have a seventh man on this team, who are you taking?
Is that for me or for the audience?
For you or for the audience, whoever wants to have.
Oh, I'm probably taking Mike Sweetney, who was unstoppable in the post.
So no current players would make your roster, you don't think?
We just haven't seen enough. I mean, we're talking about all time. I mean, Georgetown basketball has decades and decades of history. I don't know if these guys haven't earned it yet.
No. All right, so I'm going to, as I was saying before, I'm going to post a poll on Twitter where you can vote for which team is better out of mine and Rasheen's. Thank you all for watching. The video will be live on YouTube, I'm pretty sure, for everyone to watch and look at after the live ends. So thank you, everyone. And let's go Hoyas.
Let's go Hoyas.